Hey everybody, Craig from Yes Have Some Podcast here. We've got the brand new trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth.
This would be a medical breakthrough that could save countless lives. It comes from the largest dinosaurs on the planet.
Scarlett Johansson is leading a team of scientists back to yet another island. They're going to save the world by finding dinosaur DNA. Classic Jurassic Park stuff going on. Let's get to it.
Do you want some
Do I? Yes, have some.
Jacob Walsh, you're the biggest Jurassic Park, Jurassic World fan I've ever met in my life.
Jurassic Park.
I've got the
I'm the biggest Jurassic Park fan you've ever met in your life. I feel very, very conflicted about it. I don't hate this. You know how sometimes a movie will come out, a sequel or something, and it will like miss the mark, and then maybe a couple years later they try again, but they try to make it more like the original, and then you're like, okay, this is pretty good. I thought that's what was happening here, but I knew not to get too excited because they were still calling it Jurassic World. And it feels like partially they were like, you know what, let's get back to more like the original, but they didn't kick back like far enough.
We need DNA from the 3 biggest dinosaurs.
Do we have to get a sample from an egg?
I've been mixed on whether or not I was excited about this movie. I do like the cast. I like Scarlett Johansson. I like Mahershala Ali. I like the Michael Crichton vibes of this trailer.
Me too.
It reminded me of Lost World. It reminded me of Congo a little bit. I hated this trailer. I did this did not
Did
do
you
much
hate it?
for me.
None of what you just said is good.
I mean, that's just how they make trailers these days. It has to have lines that are specifically like telling you exactly what you're seeing. Just for fun, I watched like 5 AI trailers. When I watched this one this morning, halfway through, I paused it to make sure I wasn't watching an AI trailer because the dialogue and like the tone of her voice felt just like those AI trailers where she's like, we got to go to an island with dinosaurs.
I can guarantee your safety. I mean, more or less.
More or less?
So it's like if you're going to make another Jurassic World movie, you know, they are not erasing anything. This is not a remake. This is not a reboot. This takes place 4 or 5 years after the events of the last Jurassic World movie. And now we have this team of scientists on another mission to go back to the island where they created the original dinosaurs for Jurassic Park.
This is a new island. I've seen a lot of confusion. This is not back to, we're not on Isla Sorna. We're not on this is an island you did not know existed until now. That's just been there for 30 years with dinosaurs on it.
No, the dinosaurs that were too dangerous for Jurassic Park.
You mean like the 2-headed velociraptor that's in the fucking test tube?
No, I'm talking about that Rancor. Did you see the Rancor?
Yeah.
Come on!
Duncan!
Yeah, and I hate the Rancor. I hate the thing. It's a team of people on an island. You do have Congo vibes. You got Jurassic Park. The greenery, I love the like Aztec temple they're in. I love the way it looks. But one of the things that I really hate about later Jurassic Park films is they think you need to have a one specific villain dinosaur. They can't just be like, dinosaurs are scary. They have to make one thing that makes no sense to be the big bad. So now we have this weird mutant T-Rex.
Like, we're here for the dinosaurs, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't understand where this narrative has come from, Craig. They used it in the Jurassic World movies, and it's also a plot point in this movie that, like, in this world, people don't care about dinosaurs anymore. And like, if you read the Vanity Fair article, that little shot of like the museum at the very beginning, they're taking the dinosaur exhibit down because nobody's going to it.
Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora Bennett.
That's bullshit. We have animals in our world. Zoos have existed the entire time. Nobody gets tired of animals. No one ever will. No one would get tired of dinosaurs. The T-Rex, the Velociraptors, the Titanosaurs, that's enough. We don't need also like a monster.
closing all zoos and aquariums. People just don't care anymore. Like, no.
What?
People care. People care. Scenery wise, like you said, the aesthetic I like. It does remind me of more of a 90s style Jurassic movie. But then again, there's these big set pieces, these big action sequences that are to me closer to where Kong and Godzilla are right now in the movies than what made Jurassic Park and The Lost World so special. I think Gareth Edwards is a very capable director. I've liked a lot of the
I do
stuff that
too.
he's
I
done.
agree.
My biggest worry, they shot this movie and got it out very quickly.
Oh,
And
Craig. Well, they saved all that time by not giving us one single animatronic in this film. Now that is, I don't know that for sure. I'm going to say this about the Jurassic World films, even though I don't think they're great. When all three of them came out, they made a point to show you, here's an animatronic dinosaur. We built a giant apatosaur head. Here's a giant T-Rex we built. Even though they didn't utilize that stuff as well as the original Jurassic Park, they were still trying to keep that tradition going. This movie's all CGI, but the actual effects themselves, when they show the T-Rex in the trailer, I'm like, that looks cool. That T-Rex looks cool. But we see CGI in every movie now. There's nothing special about that. The thing about Jurassic Park, that movie, other than being, one of the most well written, well acted, well directed, just like a team of like people at the top of their games. It also was responsible for pushing paleontology forward. The dinosaurs in Jurassic Park at the time were, they were accurate as to what we thought. People's knowledge of dinosaurs came from Jurassic Park. And on top of that, it was also responsible for pushing special effects forward. And at the time, the CGI and the animatronics, it was all new. It was new techniques. So when you watch Jurassic Park and you see the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, there is like a reverence for that. And you're like, these not only are the best looking creatures in film history, they are scary. They are important for furthering real life shit. That reverence is completely gone now.
what makes it interesting is that they are an extinct species that
Yeah.
has been resurrected. These are the creatures that we were never supposed to walk on Earth with because of nature. And just making it a monster movie is just not interesting to me. 1 to 5, I think this is like for a trailer, this is the worst of worst. I feel like there's an art to making a great trailer.
I
This
think so
does
too.
not hit this does not scratch me where I need my trailer itch to be
Yeah.
scratched, okay?
Yeah.
I suppose we could try and get it from the parent, but they're a flying carnivore the size of an F-16.
His name is Jonathan Bailey is the actor.
Fiero.
Dr. Henry Loomis.
Mhm.
What's his name?
It's Fiero from Wicked. I like that kind of character in my Jurassic Park. I
Okay.
don't need everybody to be a fucking Chris Pratt. I see that there are rumors because in the article they said that he is somehow related to Alan Grant. But they haven't said
There's only one
how.
person it could be. Who else is he?
Well, that's not true. I mean, Alan Grant has. I mean, he could just be. He could be a friend. He could be a colleague. He could be Laura Dern's. He could be the fucking kid from Jurassic Park 3.
No, that's a common mistake.
We don't know Alan Grant's full life. We just know the 3 times he was on Jurassic Park.
And we know that kid is more like a 6-foot turkey. Let's just face it.
It's not.
Okay?
If it's him, fuck this movie. You didn't say the magic word. Hey, I want to say, I really like that I like the cinematography, the way it looks, the way it's like, it looks like a real movie. It does visually, outside of the effects of the dinosaurs or whatever, visually it looks like it fits in the original Jurassic Park series. I always thought the Jurassic World movies looked like soap operas, or like they were, like they just looked so shiny and fake and nothing looked real. They looked like they were TV made for, fucking daytime Emmy Awards or some shit. I like the way this looks. This looks like a real movie. So I'm happy for that. I do think some of the dinosaurs look very cool, and I am very excited to finally see the T-Rex River scene, which had been
Yes.
rumored to be in this movie. For anybody who doesn't know, it's like one of the greatest parts of the book. I'm hoping that at least that scene is awesome and lives up. And there's a clip of it in the trailer. So
Ourselves in a place we don't belong.
Okay, so let's go through a couple categories here. On a scale of 1 to 5, what is your hype level for this movie?
I want to tell you, if I'm being completely truthful, my hype level before the trailer was a 0. But the trailer, even though I agree with you, I don't think it's the best trailer. I would say I'm probably at a 3 out of 5 because I do think even though the movie doesn't seem to go exactly where I think it should have, I think it is a step in the right direction after the other 3. It's
Okay.
not enough. It's not enough steps in the right direction, but it is enough that I'm like, you know what? I mean, I'm gonna go see it. You know, I see them
Sure.
all. You know, I love dinosaurs. I love Jurassic Park. So I would say a 3 out of 5. I'm
A
excited.
3? Okay. On a scale of 1 to 5 or 0 to 5, how do you feel about this cast?
Hey, I would say 3.5 to 4. I think these are all good actors. There's nobody, you know, when Jurassic World came out, I side eyed a lot of the cast, not a lot of it, but one main cast member I side eyed and
Yeah.
didn't
One
really.
main cast member you side-eyed. The other one you
The other
put
one,
on onto
I
your body.
I fully eyed. You know, and I didn't like him or his performance through all 3 of those films. But I think all of these actors are good, and nothing in the trailer makes me think they're not gonna
Not gonna
be good in
deliver.
this movie. Yeah.
All right, 2 more. On a scale of 1 to 5, what do you think about the music in this trailer?
Uh I mean, I'd give it a 2. I didn't even like. I'll be honest with you. I watched this trailer 7 times today.
Right.
I wanted to be ready for this. There was a lot of stuff I wanted to check out. I couldn't even tell you what the music sounded like.
All right, next. This is the one I'm excited about. On a scale of 1 to 5, if you had to hunt dinosaur DNA and extract it from eggs to save the
Mhm.
human race,
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't sound like something you'd get into.
I mean, I'd do it, but not to save the human race. I would do it so I could hunt dinosaurs. Hey, also the plot of the movie where they're like, we have to get the DNA out of the 3 biggest dinosaurs to cure heart disease. Dude,
Classic.
humans will do anything except not eat animals. The easiest thing you could do to battle heart disease, you fucking dummies.
Oh, I
Um,
love that. That's so great.
that's a weird plot point. I understand that they need something, you know, for the movie to happen, but it's like, what do you mean you have to get DNA out of the? Is there not a safer way to get the DNA? You can't just like shoot them with something or
No.
get it out. Can't you just pull it out of their poop? I don't know. It just seems like
What the hell are those?
They're helping the mosasaur defend territory, stalk, hunt.
every movie gets crazier and crazier and has to have 3 crazy dinosaurs fighting at the end. You can't just have a mosasaur or a spinosaur be scary. You gotta say 3 spinosaurs are working together with the mosasaur. Dinosaurs don't do that, and that makes no sense. And it just like the visual, it does to me. That visual doesn't come across as like cool. Ooh, 3 spinosaurs and a mosasaur. That part I don't like.
Yeah. Cut to
And when
Alan
he
Grant. They do help each other.
whenever he says that line in the trailer, he's like, they're helping each other. I'm like, this is fucking dumb. The Jurassic Park franchise since Jurassic World has been very criticized at the dinosaurs kind of like regressing in their accuracy. We know that some of the dinosaurs in the first film look completely different than what we thought. And it makes sense in the Jurassic World movies to be like, well, these aren't real dinosaurs. They're hybrid. You know, they're not going to give us, you know, 3-foot tall feathered velociraptors because of continuity, right?
Right.
And that's fine. But this movie was like, it was kind of a chance for them to do something more accurate and it makes sense. Like saying we have a new island, all the rejects are on this island. All the dinosaurs that John Hammond did not want to use are here. They can be anything. You could have said like, "Hey, you know what? These dinosaurs were too accurate and we didn't like the way they looked, or they, you know what I mean? They
One
were
line of dialogue, you could have said John Hammond was so obsessed with putting scary monsters on lunchboxes that these, it shouldn't be these were the scariest ones. This should be like these were the most scientifically accurate
Yeah,
dinosaurs.
well,
They didn't look as good on a t-shirt.
it's weird. It's just like it's like they set themselves up to do something like that. The Spinosaur looks the Spinosaurs in this it's hard to tell because you only see it out of the water really quick and it's a weird angle, but it is a different design from the Spinosaur in Jurassic Park 3, and I've seen people all day talking about how like, oh well, like it looks like parts of the Spinosaur look more accurate, but then the head and the neck are really weird and it's got this really crazy big ear hole, and they're like, why make it less accurate than it was in the movie 20 years ago? It's just a weird thing, and it's like, is it because you don't actually have people who know anything about dinosaurs working on is it because you're hiring zero paleontologists or doing zero research when you're actually putting together the models for the dinosaurs, or do you just not care, or are you just saying they're mutants, they can look how whatever they want,
Lots of weird choices. Well, listen, we're going to be talking about it a lot. I think this was a fun trailer analysis. Jacob, do you have any final words to say about this trailer before we head out?
No, dude, I just wish somebody would get better at making trailers just throughout Hollywood. It's just, I feel like I would be so good at making a movie trailer. And it feels like anytime you see a bad movie trailer, you're like, is this person's first time on the job? Is this their first time seeing
you
a
know
movie?
what it
I
is.
don't understand.
It's the studio going, you need the dialogue to explain what's going, like anybody, like, trust, we know what's going on. It's a Jurassic
Yeah.
World movie. There's dinosaurs and people.
Right.
Someone's going to die.
It's Jurassic Park Part 7. We don't need just show us a dinosaur and we're good.
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
But I think this looks better than the last 3 films. I think it is like one step in the right direction.
There's a lot of tiny islands out there, so they can keep making these movies forever. There's another island.
In the Lost World, they say the 5 deaths. There's 5 islands out there. Maybe
Right.
they could all have died. Well, in the trailer, they literally say by Barbados. That's nowhere near where the islands are. This is somewhere different. They're like, this is not even close to Isla Sorna, and I'm like, oh really? I don't know. So we'll see.
All right, everybody. Well, this was a lot of fun. Stay tuned for more from Yes Have Some podcast, and we will have more trailer analysis down the road. Bye.